Being the strong one isn't a damn flex. It's a trauma response with really good PR. You learned how to hold everything, handle everything, be the one people can count on. And somewhere along the way, you started believing that needing nothing from anyone made you powerful. But here's the truth. You're not unbreakable. You're just unpracticed in being supported. We've been sold this idea that strength looks like independence. I've got it. I don't need help. I'll figure it out. But let's call it what it actually is. That's not strength, it's conditioning. Your system learned it wasn't safe to rely on people, that your needs wouldn't be met, or you'd be let down if you tried. So you adapted. You became the strong one who couldn't rely on anyone else. But adaptation isn't identity. And for a lot of you, this strength wasn't chosen. It was a requirement for survival. Built in environments where you had to grow up way too damn fast. You had to be the one reliable and to figure everything out on your own. You became hyper capable, hyper independent, and hyper responsible. And now people look at you and say, wow, you're so strong. But let's be clear. It's a skill set you built to get through something, not something you were meant to carry forever. And here's the part we don't talk about enough. You were never designed to do life alone. Humans are wired for connection, for support, for shared responsibility. There's a reason there's a phrase, it takes a village. It's not just something that we say to feel good. For most of human history, people didn't raise kids alone. They didn't carry everything solo, and they didn't survive in isolation. They relied on each other because they had to. And now you're trying to do everything yourself in a world that already demands more than one person can realistically carry. And then you wonder why you're so exhausted, why you feel alone, why it feels like too damn much most days. And it's not because you're weak. It's because you're going against your design. If your version of strength requires you to do everything alone, you're not free. You're caged. Caged in control, in hyper independence, caged in a belief that it's all on you. And the messed up part is you start wearing that cage like a crown. Even the strongest steel gets tempered. It's heated, softened, reshaped. Because if it stays rigid the entire time, it actually becomes brittle. And brittle things do not bend, they snap. So if your identity is being unbendable, you're not strong. You're just one snapping point away from collapse. So when you refuse help, you're not just declining support, you're declining connection. Because connection isn't built in big dramatic moments. It's built in the small ones, where someone shows up and you let them. But if you don't let them, you create this loop. You don't ask for help. You reject it when it's offered. People stop showing up. You end up doing everything alone. And then you tell yourself, see, I can't count on anyone. No, you didn't discover that truth. You participated in creating it. And if we're being honest, most of the time you're not rejecting help because you don't want it. You're rejecting it because you don't trust or believe it is up to your standard. And that right there, that's where control comes in. You say you want support, but only if it looks exactly how you would do it. Same standard, same timing, same execution. So internally, you decide this doesn't count. You're not measuring support, you're grading performance. That's not receiving, that's controlling. And control will kill connection every single damn time. And no one wants to keep signing up for that. Most people don't say no to help out loud. They reject it in quieter ways that look completely normal. I've got it, even when you don't. Because explaining what you need feels more vulnerable and exhausting than just doing it yourself. And someone tries to help you and you automatically redo it. You don't say anything, but the message is very clear. I don't trust you. And then you wonder why people stop trying. You micromanage the help. At some point, let's be honest, you don't want support. You want control with an assistant. You minimize your needs. It's not a big deal. I'll figure it out. Don't worry about it. Translation? I don't need you. So people believe you. You wait until you are drowning. You don't ask early enough. So when someone finally does step in, it's not enough. And your brain goes, see, help doesn't work. No. You waited too damn long to let it. You dismiss help because it's not at your standard. They tried, but it's not how you would do it. You don't struggle to trust people because no one shows up. You struggle because they don't show up in the way you would. And if your standard for receiving is perfection, you've made connection impossible. So how can we start letting people in? We're not going from hyper-independent to fully open overnight. That's not how this works. We have to start building micro-trust. So let 70% be good enough. If someone helps and it's not up to your standard, let it. Your nervous system doesn't need perfection. It just needs to know you're being supported. Receive without correcting. No fixing, no redoing, no helpful feedback. Just simply say thank you. Ask for something small and specific, not, I'm overwhelmed, I don't know. But can you just handle this one thing? Build evidence slowly. Stop pre-rejecting people. You've already decided they won't do it right, so you don't even give them the chance. That's not intuition, that's protection. Receiving help and just let it be imperfect. Doesn't just lighten your load, it teaches you something new, a better way you wouldn't have discovered alone. Part of why you don't let people help is because you've built your identity around being the one who doesn't need it, the capable one, the reliable one, the one who holds it all together. So if you let people in, who are you without that role? And let's talk about the part you're actually afraid of. You ask for help, and they say they can't. Your brain goes on high alert and immediately says, see, I knew it. I can't count on anybody. But let's be clear. Someone not being able to show up for you in a moment is not a reflection of your worth. It's a reflection of their capacity. That is it. So here's the reframe. You asking for help is the win, regardless of the response, because you're doing it at that moment. You're retraining your nervous system. You're telling yourself it's safe to have needs, it's safe to express them, and it's safe to be seen. That's the uncaging, not whether they say yes. The old pattern says, if they can't show up, I'll just never ask again. And that's exactly how that cage stays locked. Instead of asking, did they come through for me? Ask, did I let myself be seen? People won't always be available. They have limits, they have lives, they have their own capacity. But that does not mean that you are too much. It means that they're human as well. Remember, it takes a village doesn't mean one person carries everything. It means you're supported across many connections. So if one person can't show up, that's not the end of the story. Uncaging yourself isn't about doing more. It's about putting something down, letting someone else hold it with you. Even if it's messy, even if it's imperfect, and even if it makes you uncomfortable as hell. Because that discomfort is not weakness. It's just a muscle that hasn't actually been used. So this week, let someone help you. Don't edit it. Don't correct it. Don't mentally dismiss it. Just let it count. Let it mean something. You don't prove your strength by how much you can carry alone. You prove it by how willing you are to finally put something down and let someone meet you there. If you're realizing your strength has actually been a survival disguise, this is the work I do. I help you break down the patterns that keep overfunctioning, disconnected, and exhausted, and build a version of strength that actually supports you back. I'm opening spots for one-on-one coaching right now. You can apply by using the link in my bio. This is Uncaged Chaos, where life done together as a village has its moments of messy chaos and vulnerability. But that's the whole fucking point of being human.